everyone! Today, I'll be explaining the theory of relativity and its impact on us. This theory, developed by Albert Einstein, changed the way we understand time, space, and the universe. Learning objectives. By the end of this lesson, we will first understand what the theory of relativity is. Next, we'll learn how this theory affects humans and the technology we use today. And finally, we'll explore some real life applications to see how Einstein's ideas are used in the real world. Before we understand the theory of relativity, let's first talk about the scientist behind it, Albert Einstein. He was born in 1879 in Germany and passed away in 1955. Einstein became one of the most influential physicists in history. He developed the theory of relativity, which changed the way scientists understand time, space, and gravity. He is also widely known for the famous equation E equals mc squared, which shows the relationship between mass and energy. Because of these discoveries, Einstein revolutionized modern physics and helped scientists see the universe in a completely new way. Now, let's talk about what the theory of relativity actually is. In simple terms, Einstein discovered that time and space are not always the same for everyone. They can change depending on how fast something is moving or how strong gravity is. For example, when something moves extremely fast, like a spaceship traveling near the speed of light, time for that object can slow down compared to someone on Earth. Einstein also explained gravity in a different way. Instead of thinking of gravity as just a force, he described it like a trampoline. When you place something heavy on a trampoline, it bends the surface. In a similar way, massive objects like planets bend space around them, which pulls other objects toward them. Now let's talk about the two types of relativity. First, special relativity. It's about things moving really fast, close to the speed of light. Time actually slows down for fast objects. Imagine the superhero Flash. When he runs super fast, he notices things in slow motion. Pretty wild, right? Then, there's general relativity, which explains how gravity bends space and time. Both of these ideas helps us understand the universe and even affect technology like GPS and satellites. So, relativity isn't just a theory, it's part of how the world really works. Einstein's theory of relativity completely changed how scientists understand the universe. One important idea is that time is not always constant. Depending on speed or gravity, time can actually slow down or speed up. Another idea from relativity is that mass can be converted into energy. This is explained by Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, which shows the relationship between matter and energy. Finally, relativity showed that space is not fixed or empty like scientists once thought. Instead, space is flexible and can bend or curve when there are very massive objects like planets or stars. Now, let's talk about technology in our online classes. Everything we do online, video calls on Zoom or Google Meet, sending messages, using apps, relies on really precise timing. If the clocks aren't accurate, video calls can lag, messages can get delayed, and apps might not work properly. Even the internet itself depends on exact timing to run smoothly. You might be wondering, what does this have to do with Einstein's theory of relativity? Well, satellites in space have super precise clocks, but because they're moving fast and are far from Earth's gravity, time actually ticks a little differently for them. Scientists use relativity to calculate these differences, so the satellite's clocks stay accurate. Thanks to that, everything from our online classes to GPS and internet services works perfectly. So, relativity isn't just about crazy science, it's literally helping our online learning run smoothly every day. So, why does relativity matter? Well, it helps us explore space and understand how the universe really works. It also makes modern technology like GPS, the internet, and even our online apps work accurately. Without it, a lot of what we use every day wouldn't run properly. Relativity also explains how energy and matter are connected, which is important for things like nuclear energy and some medical technologies. Basically, it's not just a theory, it's something that affects our lives in big ways. Alright, let's pause for a quick reflection. First, what's the main idea of relativity? Second, can you think of one way relativity affects your daily life? Okay, here's what I think. The main idea of relativity is that space and time can actually change depending on speed or gravity. For example, time moves a little differently for satellites up in space than it does for us on Earth. As for the second question, I thought about playing racing car games at the arcade or going on roller coasters at amusement parks. The rides go so fast that it kind of feels like time is moving differently, which is a fun way to imagine how relativity works in real life. But that's just what I think. What about you? So, to wrap up, Einstein's theory of relativity changed the way we understand space, time, and gravity. We learned about the two types, special and general relativity, and how they affect things like technology, GPS, and even science and medicine. Relativity isn't just theory, it's part of our everyday life and keeps inspiring new discoveries. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you so much for listening. This is Teacher Taryn signing off.